Hello, thank you so much for joining us yet again on this lovely day. I can't believe you're in when it's such a lovely sunny day outside, but you're in here in the world of YouTube watching me doing reviews, and that's awesome. Thank you so much. It's a privilege to have you here in the Popcorn Kingdom. Right, so today we're doing a review of Poor Things by Yorgos Lanthimos. I'm excited to do a review on this one because I feel like I've got a lot to say. There are some movies like this, Poor Things, that you can't stop thinking about when they finish. Like, I'm not sure I enjoyed every second of the movie whilst I was in the cinema. I think most of the time I was sat there watching it going, what is this? What on earth is happening? Like, I don't really truly understand what I'm watching. But when I get home and I let it marinate in my mind and ruminate in my soul, I find myself having very strong images of the film stuck in my mind. So this film stars Emma Stone, who is incredible. Obviously, I first started watching Emma Stone in Superbad, and she was great in that. Anal Girl, she used to call herself in that film. And she's just been in loads of films, especially with Ryan Gosling. Her and Ryan Gosling seem to always be in films with each other. And La La Land, I believe she won the Oscar for that. Anyway, she was incredible in La La Land, and she's amazing in this film as well. This film also stars the rough stuff, Mark Ruffalo, the Hulk. Begin Again. It's got William Dafoe, obviously, as the main villain in Speed 2 Cruise Control. And it's just an incredible cast, and they're all playing very over the top, weird, eccentric characters, sort of people you actually don't ever meet in real life. Yorgos Lanthimos is an excellent director. So he's done films in the past such as The Lobster, Killing of a Sacred Deer, and more recently, The Favourite, which was big on the awards circuit as well. So what is the film about? It's about a young infant baby's brain being put into the head of an adult woman's body. But it's not like, big. It's not quite like Big. It's more like a Frankenstein type of movie. It's about discovering the world as an adult. It's about realizing the power that a woman has over straight men when it comes to sexuality. And it's really good at pointing out the strange expectations and things that society does when it comes to a woman's body. It's really about ownership of your own body. It's about understanding the world. It's about understanding polite society, as they keep putting it. Understanding what is expected of you, what's normal in society, what's not normal, and then asking the question, like, why is that considered normal? Why is this considered strange or bizarre behavior? And social cues and learning about your own body, learning about learning about your own sexuality and other people's sexuality and what sexuality means. It's a really interesting film. Tons of sex, tons of nudity. It's really funny. Mark Ruffalo probably delivers the funniest performance he's ever given. Emma Stone is fearless in her performance, as you'll hear people keep saying. She is insane. She's this child, and the mannerisms that she's able to portray of a child. The dancing is really strange. The music, the score is really weird. I actually think the sets are beautiful because I guess it's all from the perspective of like a child's brain. It's like, look at these big giant cities and these strange landscapes, and yeah, it's really striking as a movie, I have to say. Obviously, sometimes with these types of movies, you're somewhat removed because these aren't normal people. You're constantly reminded that you're watching a film, that this isn't real life, that this is cinema. In that respect, I feel like it's hard to be fully immersed and captivated in the moment when you're watching the movie, for me personally, because I'm constantly reminded that this isn't real, that I'm sitting in a cinema and I'm watching a film because nobody behaves in this way. The world doesn't look like this. People don't talk in this kind of way. But even though it's unrealistic in a sense, it's exposing real human truths about this world. And in that sense, it's more realistic than a lot of movies. It's really pointing out issues in this world when it comes to male and female relationships, when it comes to sex, when it comes to consent, when it comes to a relationship. And it makes you think about yourself and your own behavior, and makes you think about what expectations you bring to relationships that you have with people. And in that respect, I have to say this movie is very good, because in retrospect, I can't stop thinking about it. I always think in these movies, like, is it really necessary to have a nude sex scene? Like, sometimes it feels gratuitous, or I never know how to say that word because I don't properly know how to spell that word, so I end up pronouncing it weirdly. But I'm always like, okay, yeah, it's a naked body, great. But in this film, it feels necessary. It seems like this is one of those few films where the sex, the naked body, the nudity, it's all necessary. And that's really refreshing to see. I really recommend this film. Go and watch it. Take the whole family. Go there with your mum and dad if you're brave enough, and sit there in the cinema and think inward and just be like, oh, for God's sake, why is sexuality so confusing? I just want to have an orgasm.